This is the Let's Go Blues Minute brought to you by Puckdoku, the original hockey doku. Now here's your host, Jeff Ponder.
And now here comes St. Louis, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Shot! Broberg! Broberg! Winner, chicken parm dinner! Philip Broberg and the...
What a game. In what was the most important game of the season to date, the St. Louis Blues edged the Vancouver Canucks 4-3 in overtime last night. Jordan Binnington made 15 saves on 18 shots, while Kevin Lankinen for the Canucks made 25 saves on 29 shots. Philip Broberg scored at 3:42 of overtime for the St. Louis Blues in the 4-3 win at Enterprise Center. Broberg took a pass from Braden Shen on a 2-on-1 rush and went forehand to backhand before lifting the puck over Kevin Lankinen from the top of the crease. Tyler Tucker and Dylan Holloway each had a goal and an assist in the game, and Zach Bolduc also scored for the Blues, who improved to 35-28-7 and moved 1 point ahead of the Canucks for the second wild card into the Stanley Cup playoffs from the Western Conference. Tucker's and Holloway's goals came in a span of 24 seconds to take the lead midway through the third period. Despite an energetic end to regulation by the Blues, Brock Besser would get the Canucks a point when he was able to beat Binnington with a slap shot from the right circle and tie the game 3-3 with just 4 seconds remaining in regulation. Where was the defense on that play? That was a rough one to watch. The Blues have outscored their opponents 20-7 during their winning streak. They are 11-2-2 in the past 15 games. Jordan Kyrou has 5 goals, 4 assists, and 9 points in a 4-game point streak, while Dylan Holloway has 3 goals, 5 assists, and 8 points in a 5-game point streak. Blues defenseman Ryan Suter continues to chug along. He played in his 1,514th game and tied Steve Yzerman for 21st in NHL history. When a Blue defeats a Red Wing on something, I'm always happy. From this game, Jim Montgomery was obviously elated with the win. He said at the end, quote, "That was a playoff game, and boy, what momentum swings in it. I really liked our resilience." Whew, I agree. That was a heck of a playoff game last night. Blues are already playing playoff hockey, folks. Well, let's get to our stat of the day, brought to you by Puckpedia.com. Let's look at some game scores. So for a reminder, game score is a player evaluation metric, and the objective is to measure single-game player productivity. Game score weights each of the actions of each player to give us a single number representing their overall performance in that game. Game score includes goals, assists, shots on goal, penalties drawn and taken, face-offs won and lost, blocked shots, 5-on-5 goal differential, and 5-on-5 Corsi differential. Each action is weighted differently in the formula. For example, 1 goal scored is worth more than 1 blocked shot. So let's go over to HockeyStatCards.com and take a look at how the Blues and Canucks fared. The Blues' game scores last night were, well, obviously fantastic. The player with the best game score was, that's right, we all guessed it, Tyler Tucker. He had a 3.26 game score to lead both teams thanks to his 2 points in 4 blocked shots. Dylan Holloway finished just behind him with a 2.95 game score thanks to his 2 points and 3 blocked shots. Only 3 players on the Blues finished with a negative game score. That was Jake Neighbors, Justin Falk, and Jordan Binnington, as they did not fare well in the analytics game. But that is still a solid number, as Vancouver saw 13 players finish with a negative game score, with Kevin Lankinen posting the worst numbers of the night with a minus 2.15. Let's also take a stop at MoneyPuck.com, where the Deserve to Win-O-meter tells us which team deserved to win the most. The metric runs 1,000 game simulations with the same analytics and then spits out a percentage of how many times each team deserved to take the W. The Blues dominated, winning 75.7% of the time, proving how well the Blues played and how dominant their offense was all night. Next up for the Blues, they will play the Chicago Blackhawks at 2 o'clock on Saturday, and then the Nashville Predators on Sunday at 5 o'clock. Both games are at Enterprise Center. So if you're going to the games, be ready to rock, because these are some very important games as the Blues hope to hold on to that playoff spot with just a few games left to go.
Wait, Jeff, one more thing.
All right, let's get into talking about Puckdoku. Yesterday's winner was me. I took this one 3-11. Best play also came from me. I played in the Buffalo and Colorado Square Mike Hurlbutt at 0.1%. Fun fact about Hurlbutt, not only is his name hilarious, but he spent the majority of his professional career in the American Hockey League and International Hockey League. He was known as quite the team leader. He retired after the 2001-2002 season with the Rochester Americans, where he was the longest-serving captain in franchise history. He played in a total of 839 professional games and was a team captain in 8 of his 14 pro seasons.
This was the Let's Go Blues Minute powered by Puckdoku. Remember to tune into Let's Go Blues Radio, the original St. Louis Blues hockey podcast and webcast. Available wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube and Facebook. Until next time, hosers.